What's up, YouTube? This video is going to be a little different. I'm going to apologize ahead of time to my Patreon and YouTube membership supporters. This video will not have a scroll at the end. I basically just don't have time to shoot or edit anything else besides me sitting in the front seat talking. So basically, if you saw the thumbnail, I just left. Basically, I was in the Yucca Valley, which is outside of Joshua Tree, and I was on a piece of BLM land, and I was trying to knock out some projects on the box truck that I haven't had time for. I planned to stay there for 24 hours and leave. I stayed there closer to 48, which means I'm really squeezed on time to get to quartzsite by tomorrow morning to help with setup, which I volunteered for. And I'm happy to do setup. I just wish I had a few more days to get there and didn't have to be there tomorrow. Now, mind you, it's less than a 2-hour drive, but I still have to get up there pretty early to make it there on time to be there to connect with the volunteers, of which I am one, and be able to help set up. So it's going to be kind of a crazy, insane morning. I meant to have an edited video for today, but yeah, I've been too busy actually doing stuff. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna knock out these. I had like 4 things on my list. I'm gonna knock out these 4 things real quick this morning and then get on the road and be in quartzsite and at least settled in a campsite by tonight. Well, it's tonight and I am at a gas station. Basically, I'm at a Chevron. So I did not make it to quartzsite. I didn't even make it to Arizona. I'm still on the California side of the border, but honestly, I can get into quartzsite maybe in about an hour and a half tomorrow. I'm just gonna have to get up early to do it to make sure that I'm there for setup. I do like volunteering because anybody who's been around the channel a while knows that I don't do well in crowds. A lot of times I have a hard time filming at events because if I'm the only person filming, I feel weird because I feel like I'm invading this camera into other people's space. And if everybody's recording, I don't want to add to that madness by being another camera in the space. So neither one works out for me when I'm around other people. I can film myself all day doing all kinds of dumb things and I don't care, you know, but it's something about like other people that makes me really hesitant and have difficulty pulling out the camera and filming, which is why you don't see like me doing a lot of on the street vlogging. I sometimes sneak around and get me like walking through stores and stuff, but I make sure like that's gonna work. Like if you could see like the anticipation and setup to make those happen, it's really interesting. When I'm filming myself on a parking lot, honestly, I zone out, so I forget. I'm so into what I'm doing that I'm not really thinking about it. It's not an event where like people are coming together or like a party or a group gathering. Those are the type of situations where I get really, really weird in front of the camera with other people there. Like I am a genuine introvert, and I can honestly say the last few days at my little BLM spot is exactly what I built this truck for. Now, mind you, I was working on the truck every day on little projects that I want to do. These are mostly projects on the body, and also I'm having a water pump problem, and that's still not fixed. And I already know what it is, and I can solve it, and I might just have to take some time while I'm in quartzsite to take care of it. But anyway, I'm going to be editing this on iMovie on my phone, which isn't a perfect solution, but it allows me to sort of update everyone. I've been dropping little pictures to Patreon and YouTube memberships. By the way, if you're in YouTube memberships, remember to check the community pages because there are posts that only show up for you guys. And some people don't know that. They join memberships and they don't realize, like, if they go to the community tab, because they may not always get notified, then they will see posts that people who are just regular non-members can't see. And it's usually just a photo and more up-to-date updates and stuff like that. Anyway, point being, I don't know what my point is. I'm rambling at this point. Those are some really great days, and that was why I got a box truck, got a larger vehicle, because if not for RTR, I probably would have stayed there a full 2 weeks. taking my time to do things that I've been wanting to get to, that I haven't had time to get to, and really soak in that time, like by myself, long term in a spot. I am no longer concerned with being able to get up and go really, really quickly. In fact, that's the antithesis of what I want to do and how I want to live my personal vehicle dweller life. I want to move away from that. I want to have a vehicle that caters to comfort while I do that. And that was a lot of why I made this decision. By the way, that's all paint, because I was also doing some prep work for the paint. So there was some base coats, there was some sanding, and then putting some rust paint on there. So it's just base coat stuff on the truck now that wasn't there before, but it doesn't look like a visual difference because it just still looks like a white box truck. So that's what that paint is on my coat. I just noticed it. But one of the things I did do, and this was before I got to the campsite, was I did reorganize the YouTube page. And this is why one of the days where I had like a long day in a parking lot and I just reorganized my YouTube page, specifically my playlist. So if you go to the playlist section of the Dawn of Van Life YouTube page, what you're going to find on that page is a list of new playlists that I have sectioned out my videos into. I've been on YouTube a while now. I have a lot of videos from when I lived in the minivan. I have some videos from when I lived in the car, but as far as like actually filming that, because I didn't start filming when I moved into a car because I wasn't trying to start a YouTube channel. I was just living out of a car. And I went to YouTube like looking for information, and I saw a gap. And I wanted to fill that gap, but like I wasn't looking to be a YouTuber, so there isn't a lot. I wish I had filmed more when I was in my car, because I feel like I missed a lot of things that would have been helpful to somebody who was sort of forced into their situation before I made the choice to get the minivan and kind of keep going with the lifestyle. But anyway, I do have a car life playlist. I have a minivan life playlist, which is probably the biggest one. And I try to catalog all of those videos sort of in sequential order. And then I have a Chevy van life, which was my conversion van playlist as well. And then I have two box truck playlists. One of them is just the build videos. The other one I call the journey. And the journey, it isn't the build so much as everything having to do with the journey to come to live in the box truck and the continuing journey of living in the box truck. So anything related to box truck life, my life in the box truck, will go in the journey, and that will include the build videos. But I also filtered out the videos that are just about, you know, the build videos I've done so far about how I've gotten to the box truck to the state it is now. So those two playlists are separate, but one of them is just a more filtered version, while the other one is covering the broader spectrum. I've also filtered out some specific videos, like my solar videos. My old solar and power videos that I did are really bad, but I also wanted a perspective of where I started, not knowing anything about solar, buying a cheap power station. That thing died on me, by the way. It sucked. And sort of tracking that through where I am now, where I can put together a simple solar system for my vehicle, rather that's with batteries or with a power station. Like I can make all of those things work, and I can mix and match and do all kinds of things I could not do like several years ago when I first ended up living in my car. Like I learned all that stuff along the way, piece by piece, bit by bit, and have been building on and adding to my knowledge along the way. So anything I filtered out having to do with solar, especially stuff where I try to break things down into its own playlist. And then there were things which were either like tips or commentary, and I did put those also in their own playlist. And any videos I've done with other YouTubers or interviews I've done, I haven't done a lot, but there was enough that I felt like that deserved its own playlist as well. And I haven't toured the box truck yet, but I did put all of my tours of vehicles that I've owned up to this point in their own playlist. And I am not going to tour the box truck until I get that list that I was trying to knock out, which I did not knock out, completely done. And I want to shoot it in a way where I am comfortable and happy with the home I'm showing off. And I am not there yet. Until I get this list knocked out. I have a very specific list. And one of the big things on the list is getting the body paint done, on the box, which I have not done yet. And so until that's done, there's not going to be a tour. So the best you can do, I mean, you can see a lot of what the box truck is on the inside, at least, in the build videos. There's not a lot that's really hidden. It's just I haven't linearly gone across and pointed out absolutely everything about the box truck in one concise video. And that video will exist at some point, but not until I actually have the time and space necessary to get the body paint done, you know. And I want to be very proud of how it looks on camera, and I am not there yet. There's some things that honestly, if I don't get them done, I'd be fine touring the box truck without them done, because they're more internally important to me. But definitely getting the paint job done on the physical box is important to me before I do a tour. So yeah, so those are the big updates. Hopefully by tomorrow I'll be in Quartzsite and I'll be helping doing the setup for RTR. I am going to be on a panel for WRTR. And there may be one other panel thing I'm doing, but that's another thing where I need some time to sit down and work on it. So one WRTR panel, absolutely. Perhaps another panel, it's a weird thing. So if I find out more details about it and it actually happens and I actually hold up my end of the bargain, I just need time to work on the actual content. Then those two things will be happening as well. I wish I felt less stressed about this whole situation. All right, I am going to log off now. Edit this thing on the iPhone real quick and get it out to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy the playlist. And once again, I apologize to Patreon and YouTube memberships because I shot this on my phone. I'm going to edit it on my phone and upload it tonight. Unfortunately, it will not be a scroll at the end, but I still can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Hey, Mickey. What are you staring at? Are there trucks over there? Are there trucks over there, Mickey? You know YouTube would kill me if I did a video without you in it, so I have to get you on camera. But you're just watching the trucks right now. You don't care about me at all. You're like, what are those trucks?